Those who accuse U.S. President Donald Trump of starting a technology Cold War with China are overlooking a long history of reckless behavior by Beijing. I'm Andy Browne, the editorial director of the Bloomberg New Economy. Here's my take on the technology Cold War. Ever since World War II, the United States has lived in fear of being eclipsed by a competitor in science and technology. In the 1950s and 1960s, that competitor was the Soviet Union. Later, it was Japan. Now, of course, it is China, the most formidable rival the United States has ever faced. Some call it an adversary, and it's rapidly catching up in areas like advanced materials, artificial intelligence, robotics, and quantum physics. Having said that, it would be a mistake to argue, as many people do, that this technology Cold War was launched by President Donald Trump. In fact, this conflict has been brewing for years, and China has to take a large part of the responsibility for it by undertaking a series of actions which we may come to see as one of the greatest miscalculations in history. You could argue that the first shots in this technology Cold War were fired in 2010 when Chinese hackers broke into the servers of dozens of US technology companies, including Google's. Actually, that attack was one of the factors that persuaded Google to leave China with its search engine altogether. Over the following years, China passed a series of national security laws which had the effect of squeezing US tech companies out of critical areas of technology and infrastructure, including banking networks. Finally, China launched an industrial plan called Made in China 2025, which listed 10 industries of the future and set as a goal Chinese companies dominating those industries. That move limited the prospects of just about every foreign company doing business in China. So now we're in the opening stages of a technology Cold War between the United States and China. In effect, a silicon curtain has fallen between these two enormous economies, forcing companies, whole industries, entire countries to choose sides with enormous potential damaging consequences for the global economy. Whoever started this Cold War, there is no stopping it now.